was young once. Honest. I've even got some pictures to prove it. They look kind of funny now, though. My hair was all solid color then. And all I really needed to get around was my own two legs. You know, when you're young, you can't imagine what it's like being old. And when you get old, you can't even remember how you got there so fast. At my age, though, you're lucky if you can remember anything. One thing I do know, though, is, I still got a lot to learn, but I got a shorter time to learn it in. I'm going to be 80 years old this weekend. Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember which. My son Frank and his family, they're coming down for the weekend, and we're going to have a party. Frank's got something on his mind, though. I think it may have something to do with his job. Yeah, I can kind of tell. Frank does have something on his mind. Ma, it's 2:15. Boy, does time fly. And I was supposed to call Maddie. She's my sister-in-law. We've come to be pretty good friends in the last year or so since my wife died. She'll have my head if I don't call her. So I better run. I'll see you later.
Dad?
It still smells like pine here.
Yeah, 30 years of Christmas trees will do that. We had to wear army boots to protect our feet from the pine needles in the carpet. Hello?
This
Anyone
place
home?
never changes. Not that I thought that it would. Greg! Honey, don't forget my book. It's on the back seat of the car.
Doesn't seem to be anyone home. He left the front door open again.
Oh, come on, Frank. This is Bedford Creek. They haven't had any serious crime around here
Since I stole that apple from Herring's Grove. They put my picture in the post office for that. Found the apple, too. It had a worm in it. God really taught me a lesson that day.
Yeah, if you're going to steal an apple, don't do it from Harry.
Really? It's been taken over by the AP. Did you notice?
No, I didn't.
Main Street's getting more barren all the time, too.
Well, Pat did write and say that a lot of the stores on Main Street were moving to that new mall over in Uniontown.
Funeral business is booming up. There's one on every corner. I even saw one with golden arches and a drive-up window. You get over lunch during the viewing.
There's a fresh stew in the kitchen. He must have just run to the store, hon.
Oh, now, Dad might have gone to the store, but he didn't run. Look at this place. It's as clear as ever.
Well, Frank, the house is a lot like the town. It's full of memories.
On memory, I have this town won't get out. What are we going to do with all this stuff?
Well, maybe we won't have to do anything with it.
Well, now, he can't take it with us. No convalescent home can hold all of this.
Convalescent home. I've never liked the word convalescent.
Convalescent home, retirement village. Old folks, what difference does it make?
If only you could come live with us.
Oh, don't start, Colleen. We've talked about this.
I know.
At his age, he needs professional care. Now, I work, and you work at grade school and school this fall. Who would watch you?
I know. Look, we don't have to talk about this now. We're here for your father's birthday. We're going to dress up in some costumes, have cake and ice cream. Take an evening night of it. We're going to celebrate.
Celebrate. Cute costume. What cute costume?
Didn't I tell you? Maddie and I decided to make a costume party of it. We'll go up in the attic and get down some boxes and go to the big old boxes upstairs. You know how your daddy likes that kind of thing.
Oh.
Frank, we did not come all this distance to brood.
Oh, look, honey. I don't want to sugarcoat over this weekend. The real reason we're here?
We're here to celebrate your father's birthday. It's not every day a man celebrates his 80th birthday. It's a milestone.
Yeah, or a millstone.
Oh, Frank, I can see we're going to have to adjust your attitude. Besides, isn't being home a good reason to celebrate? I feel every time we cross the city limits, there's something in the air here in Bedford Creek.
Oh, that's fine news.
Oh, Frank, you are such a grouch.
Are we here for the weekend or are we moving in? Yeah, I'm here.
Where is it? Thank you.
Where's Pat?
He's right here.
Hey, what the? Hey, it's time. Good to see you, Pat. Maddie! Hey, good to see you, Maddie.
Maddie, how are you? You look like a million.
Hey, I'm only 72, don't push it. And take a look at you. Aren't you getting to be quite handsome? What did you do tonight, Toots?
What did you have in mind?
Well, you know we've got some heavy-duty foot stomping going on at the senior citizens party.
I don't think I keep up with you and your crowd.
You're probably right. But I am really glad that you all have made it.
Hey, did you all have a nice trip down?
It was as long as it's ever been. You know, I wish they'd get the new freeway in so we could avoid old Route 40. That thing hasn't been touched in years.
Now, Frank, not everybody agree with you on that. There are some folks wondering what's going to happen to this town when that bypass gets in here.
Yeah, change.
Yeah, well, I see this place never changes. I bet my name's still written in dust here on this end table from 1959. Look at there. See, come on.
I wouldn't want it to change. I like this place just the way it is.
Thanks, Greg.
I'm not surprised you'd say that. You should have seen this place when we first came in here. It looked like your room. You know, you inherited a natural instinct from your grandfather.
And you're a perfectionist. Where'd you inherit that from?
Well, you didn't get it from me. I did have an uncle who used to say, though, everything has a place and everything in its place. You know, I don't see anything matter with a little clutter as long as it's clean clutter.
And that's the important word, young man. Clean. Those 3-month-old gym socks here in the corner are not clean clutter.
I wish I had reason to wear gym socks. Or I'd get orthopedic odor even.
Well, I know if you can feel it.
Just fine. Been doing all right.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe back in 47 I felt better one. Maddie, you remember 1947, don't you?
Remember, 1947, Walter, I was a mere child.
If you were a mere child, I'm Tom Cruise.
Hey,
Greg, are you ready for college yet? Semester's supposed to start, isn't it? Don't you need some money?
Oh, Dad, no.
You need a little money for college, don't you?
We're fine.
Now listen, that's not what I understood from your letter. You said something about being laid off?
Yes,
How long you been working for that company anyway?
20 years.
20 years. That doesn't sound like anything fine to me.
Oh, that's okay. Career change at my age would be good. Well, I was thinking of getting on as a window wiper down at the car wash.
Oh, Frank, that'll wrinkle your fingers. Besides that, how you gonna keep this boy at school working at a place like that?
Dad, put the wallet away. I mean, really. You think you can pay for a college education with what you have in there? $1 in college aren't going to do it.
Hey, Greg, how was the money when you first staked one of them co-eds? You know, I've been watching those college football games, and wow!
Man, that's just TV. All the guys men got thick glasses, stringy hair, and buck teeth.
Now that's because you've been hanging around the English department too long.
Walter, now that's enough. I was an English major.
That's my point exactly.
I probably won't have time today. I'll leave my evenings to study.
But Greg, you got to take time today. Look, that's how I met your grandmother. She was working in the library, and
This story.
what was I doing, Maddie? Help me here a little bit. You were her sister,
Why should I remember it was your first meeting?
but you were sisters. Didn't you all talk about things like that?
Walter, the only thing we ever talked about were the important points.
Get out of my house, you old crook.
The only thing she ever said about you was that you kept annoying her in the library.
Well, look, I had to make some noise to get her attention.
When you almost got her fired.
Well, I bet a small price still paid for love.
Maybe you.
I know what you're talking about. You're just upset because I didn't ask you. Well, I tell you, I remember she came down the steps of that library. I sang to her. Boy, it was a real serenade as I played my ukulele. I'll never forget that day.
And neither will we, Dad. You tell this story every time we're together.
Now, the point is, Gregory, you go to college so you can meet a woman like your grandmother. Of course, when you get a woman like her, you won't even need an education.
Oh, no.
Now, if you can't find a woman like your grandmother, you might find one like Aunt Mattie over the English department.
Don't listen to a word he said. They didn't get married till after college. You get that business degree, and then you can worry about the rest.
Business degree? I never said that.
Well, we talked about it. We decided.
You decide.
Well, one of us had to. Might as well be me.
And I have decided we're not going to talk about this right now. What we will talk about is your daddy's birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Birthday.
It's my birthday.
Sure is.
Well, I forgot. I didn't see any presents around here anywhere.
All the presents.
Hey, you didn't bring any presents. You just go right back home.
You be patient, Pat.
Hey, did you all eat yet?
Yeah, we had a big breakfast before we left the house, Pat. We're fine.
Hey, I made some stew. It must be 2:15. You all must be starved, huh? I'll go and warm it up a bit.
Dad, it's only 10 to 12.
Now, don't you argue with me. I'm going out and warm up stew. Only take me a minute.
You didn't even let us use that watch.
2:15.
His watch hasn't stopped at 2:15 for 3 weeks now.
But he looks good. I mean, Maddie, from the way you talk on the phone, well, I
Well,
expect
we went to the doctor this morning. That's why we were late.
The doctor.
Yes, it was all I could do to get him there. You know how he hates going. You remember how you had tried to get him to go last Christmas? Well, I got him to go this time because I told him I was going for a checkup. And as it turned out, that doctor decided to take a look at my foot where I have all those calluses from my aerobics class.
Daddy, why did you have to take him to the doctor? He didn't fall down the stairs again, did he?
No, nothing that big, Frank. It's just my little things like I told you on the phone.
Yeah, well, you said falling down the stairs was a little thing. What little things you talk about now? He get run over by a car. He fall asleep under a moving bulldozer. What little things?
Frank, relax, honey.
Did you notice his shoes?
He was wearing slip-ons.
He was? But Dad hates slip-ons. I bought him a pair one year for Christmas. Protect his feet from the pine needles in the car. As far as I know, he's never worn them.
Bingo, that's my point exactly. He's wearing them now.
Well, so his taste in shoes has changed. He probably got tired of walking on those pine needles.
Frank, will you forget the pine needles and let Aunt Patty talk?
A couple weeks ago, I stopped by to visit him, and he was sitting there. He was just sitting. It looked like he had been crying. I thought maybe he would think about your mother again. He's been doing that a lot lately.
I don't understand.
He's changing, Frank. He's a lot more emotional now than he used to be. But just last week, Bill Hendricks found him out in the driveway in his bathrobe, trying to shovel snow from the driveway. Consequently, it created quite a stir in the neighborhood since it's only August. That's why I thought you should come down.
Daddy, what does that have to do with his shoes?
Well, I lose my train of thought too. I keep so much going on with him. When I talked to him, I found out it wasn't your mother he was thinking about. It was because
What?
he forgot how to tie his shoes.
How does someone forget how to tie their shoes?
Well, strange things happen to people's minds when they get to this age. And again, that's why Bill Hendricks, he found him out there shoveling snow.
What did the doctor say, Maddie?
He really doesn't know. He thinks it's some form of, what was that word? It sounds like a flower. Dementia. That's what he said.
The doctor thinks he's demented?
No, not that kind of dementia. Dementia is some kind of doctor's word that he uses for things that happen to your body as you get older. You know, like Alzheimer's disease. He's not real sure, but he wants to run some tests. You know your dad, you just won't hear of it.
Well, we'll see about it. You know, we've been talking. I think we should get Dad. What was that? What happened back here?
Ah, that was nothing. It was just my pipes acting up again.
All those things.
And old hotshot here, he thought he'd have a go at it, but it didn't work so good.
I did it right, Pap. Your pipes are getting stubborn.
Yeah, that's not all.
I think it did.
Dad, you should get those pipes replaced, or at least give them a bicarbonate.
Hey, I've gotten used to them. As a matter of fact, I kind of like them the way they are.
Yeah, well, they drive me crazy. You should get them fixed.
Well, you might want to check with the neighborhood first. They don't know what to do without those pipes rumbling. Are these other clocks by them?
Yeah, Bedford Creek time. It's like stepping into the twilight zone around here. Nothing's changed since 1932. That's one of the reasons I wanted to leave.
What's one reason I'd like to move back?
Boy, did you kick that pipe with your foot or your head?
Come on, Dad, admit it. I've heard you and Mom talk about it. Y'all had a great childhood.
Now, well, it might have been okay if you were, say, Mickey Rooney or Judy Garland.
Were they from Bedford Creek?
Well, I did have a good childhood living here, Frank. Bedford Creek is in paradise, but I've got a lot of good memories growing up here.
Yeah, but that's all. And a town can't survive with memories.
Well, Frank, sometimes that's all a town's got, memories.
The Bedford Creek Wildcats. Maddie, are they still called Wildcats?
No, not anymore. They closed that school down.
They closed the high school?
Didn't have enough students. They busted them over to Connellsville for that brand new complex.
Connellsville? But they were our arch rivals for the homecoming game. We met at a homecoming game, Frank. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, what the?
Good day. Probably should have done that.
Thanks a lot, Frank.
Do you remember that guy that drove the team bus? What was his name? This guy just had one eye. No sense of depth. He'd wipe out a whole row of cars when he went to park. Terry Falk.
That's what I'm talking about. The people. I mean, look at the house. They're all so different. Not like the prefab boxes we've got in our neighborhood. I'll bet each one's got a story of its own.
You know, most of them got 2 stories, not counting the basement.
So, you stink.
It stinks.
There's such a thing on the, I don't know what it is.
Decay.
Is the State Theater still open? We used to take you there Saturday afternoon matinees when we get up to visit.
No, they closed that down and turned it into a church. They play bingo there every Thursday night.
They turned the State Theater into a church?
Yeah, you know that preacher's a frustrated actor.
Well, I guess everything does change. It's just inevitable.
Well, now, not everything's changing. Look at the street we living on. Well, it hasn't changed much in 100 years. Now, you take that old oak tree down there in Harry Pearson's front yard. Well, I remember when that thing was just a sapling. Now it's big enough I can hide behind. But you know, old Harry died but last month. But you know that tree's still there. And you know, old Sam's still running the barber shop. And he's cutting hair like he always did. Off.
Yeah, he's been around for so long that it's back in style again. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to run.
You jog too?
No, I mean, I have to leave.
Well, what's the rush? It's only
2:15. Walter, Bruce Benson has asked me to take you to the hairdresser.
to the hairdresser again. Every time I see that woman, her hair is a different color.
I have to this time. Remember, she got baptized last Sunday evening.
Oh, yeah, I remember her now. You know, the preacher took her into the baptistry, and when he dunked her head down in the water, her hair color just washed right out of it.
That water is the prettiest shade of purple I've ever seen.
You know, I don't know why women won't leave their hair color the way it is, the way God intended it to be. You know, there's nothing matter with getting old. There's nothing matter with gray hair. I kind of like it. You know, the whitened hair of the elderly is a crown. That's what the Bible says, doesn't it?
I wouldn't know it was there when it was written.
Well, it ought to say that. You know, there's nothing matter with getting old. Well, I'm 80 years old, and I think that's something to be proud of, don't you think?
I'm proud of you, Pat.
I'm glad. Tell that to the people down at the church, though. You know? They tell me I'm too old. They're trying to tell me I'm too old to teach a Sunday school class anymore. Well, I taught that Sunday school class for 50 years, and I can still teach it. I am not too old to teach that class. You look at me that way, boy. Don't look at me that way, boy.
I'm sorry, Pat.
Man, all this.
The elders down at the church have asked your father to stop teaching the Sunday school class. It's because he, well, Walter, don't worry about it. You've been a wonderful teacher. Bob Simpson said he'd be a preacher just because of your teachings. He's over in Africa somewhere leading people to Christ. Who else have you influenced? That's something we won't know until we all gather in heaven. Don't worry about it, please.
I lose my place once in a while. May even get a little bit mixed up. So do those younger teachers. Nobody tells them they got to stop teaching.
Walter, I feel sure they didn't mean any harm by it. Just don't worry about it, okay? I do have to leave because we're going to have a convention bid. I'm late.
Then you'll be back in time for the party, 6 o'clock, and you won't forget your costume.
Okay, I won't. Oh, but my grandson Elliot. You remember Elliot?
Oh, sure.
Well, he's going to be staying at my place tonight. Can I bring him? Because I hate to leave him alone.
Oh, sure, the more the merrier. merrier, right, Frank?
Sure, bring Mary.
Thanks for everything, Maddie.
Dad?
Frank. Be okay. It's not really killing you, Steve. Be okay. Sit up.
Colleen, come on. You and Greg go downtown. Hey, Co's gonna see she has a birthday cake for tonight. She's probably still working.
Frank, not now. I don't think this is a good time.
Please, Colleen, now's a good time for them.
What are you gonna do?
I just want to talk.
What are y'all talking about over there? You're talking like I'm not here. Y'all blind or something? Look, I'm right here. Now, if you got something to say, say it. Get it over with. I'm right here.
Why are you yelling at us?
Hey, just give us a
Frank, it's his birthday. Please, not today.
You're still talking like I'm not here, and I'm right here.
Dad?
Nobody understands. Nobody could possibly understand.
I understand, Dad.
No, you don't. You don't understand at all. I ruined my birthday, didn't I?
No.
I don't know why I got so upset.
Well, can you tell me what's happening to you?
Oh, there's nothing. Well, you know, I get the feeling sometimes folks just ganging up on me.
Well, we need to talk. Do you feel like talking?
Frank, I forget things sometimes. Things I've known all my life. And some days, I have trouble even getting my thoughts together at all. Well, the other day, I was down in Hugh Thompson, and I was trying to tell him about my petunias right there in the backyard, and I couldn't even think of the word. I couldn't even think of that word.
Well, Dad, a lot of people, petunias, a lot of people forget what they're called.
No, I'm talking about the word yard. I couldn't remember the word yard. I stood there stammering like an idiot.
Oh, Dad, yard's an easy word to forget. I forget it all the time. You ought to see ours. It hasn't been mowed in months.
Patronizing me, son.
You're right, I'm sorry. We really do need to talk.
Hey, it's just a spell. They come along every now and then they pass away, and I'm all right.
Well, Dad, we didn't come up here just to celebrate your birthday.
Ah, you need some money, don't you, Frank? I knew something was up. You need some money, Frank. How much do you need? Whatever it is, I'll give it to you. You know, it sure is a dirty trick to play on a fellow. Worked for a company for 20 years, and then they lay you off. Well, Frank, you're a good worker. You're conscientious. You do everything decently and in order. You got a fine wife. You got a super grandson. I'm proud of you, Frank.
You did?
Now, you see, I'm talking all right. I'm not forgetting any of the work. Well, I'm not even angry anymore. I tell those people down at the church, I'll give up my Sunday school class. They know what's best. Now, how much money do you need, Frank?
The house, Dad.
Hey, that's a little more than I got here in my wallet.
someplace we can care for you.
Frank, this is my home. I like it here. Why would I want to sell my house? Why would I want to leave Bedford Creek?
So that we can move you somewhere, you know, where there's professional people, the right people that can take care of you.
Look, I don't need to be taken care of. Now, I do have my moments once in a while, but everybody has their moments.
Yes, but you went to the doctor's this morning.
Oh, that was for Maddie.
No, that was for you, and you won't let them run any tests.
I don't need any tests run. Besides, you know how those doctors are. They're never satisfied until they find something wrong with you.
Do you think they're going to find something wrong with you?
Well, indeed not. Look, I'm 80 years old. I'm just showing my age. I wonder what you look like when you're 80 years old.
Well, Dad, I hope you're around to see that. Look, if we sell it, we can get you into a good place. Really, it's the only way. Do you understand?
Look, Frank. Listen, it's in my will. You'll get the house when I die and not before. Now, I am not sick.
You're not.
No.
What about your shoes? Why are you wearing shoes without laces?
Well, it's the style. I read about it in People magazine.
And shoveling snow in the middle of August, is that the style too?
I don't know. I have to check with People magazine first. Oh, now, sometimes I do get a little, I do some things that are kind of strange. I was probably sleepwalking that way. You used to sleepwalk, and nobody come over to your place and tell you you had to sell your house.
Yes, but what'll be next? Playing jacks out in the middle of Route 40? Maybe you'll wander off altogether and I'll have to put your picture on the back of a milk cart. Come on, Dad, be reasonable.
I am being reasonable. You're the one who's not being reasonable. Now look, I've lived in this house for 100 years. It's my home. I like it here. I know you're not going to take care of me here. So you want me to move away from Bedford Creek. You want me to move away from my home. Look, you take away a man's house, you take away a man's town, and what's he got? Nothing. Now, you couldn't wait to get out of this town. I don't know why, but you couldn't wait. And ever since your mother died, you've been trying to get me to leave. Now, Frank, I am not going. I like this house. I like this town the way it is.
Dad, this town is dying.
So everything's dying, but it's no cause to panic and sell the house. End of discussion.
No end of discussion. We need to talk about this.
So this is the way you're going to treat your son on his birthday? Hey, Frank, let's play checkers. We haven't played checkers in a long time. Come on. Find the board. Let's play checkers.
Oh, no. No. I'm not playing checkers with you. You cheat.
Now, how in the world do I cheat at checkers?
Every time you're about to lose, you manage to tip the board over.
Hey, that didn't make you angry, did it?
It still would.
I'll get the board, Frank. Let's play it. Come on. Get the board.
No. I'm going to go for a walk. Maybe I'll go downtown and count fuel for a second. Ray will be back soon. Maybe he'll play.
You know, Frank, sometimes I get the feeling you don't like me very much. But I guess you can love somebody and not like them very much.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, Dad.
Yeah, it sure is a good thing.
been a good father. It's important that you understand that. But there exists a certain conflict. It's because he can be so, well, he's got this sign hanging above his desk at home that says, let everything be done decently and in order. It's his favorite verse from the Bible. Some would call it his life verse. It's the way he's trying to live everything out. His plan to keep everything neat and compartmentalized. He's just not happy with anything other than a perfect, orderly, logical world. Unfortunately, everything's been happening lately hadn't been perfect, or orderly, or logical. Take his whole business degree issue, just as an example. It's what he wants me to do. I don't think it's what I want. I know it's not what I want. But how do I tell him? There's so much pressure. I was looking forward to this weekend. Talk to Pat about it. He knows what to do. He always understands. But now, I don't know what to do.
You go sit there and daydream all the time. Hey, it's your move.
Okay, I see.
Where'd you say your mother went?
Oh, she's down at Phelps. I got bored and came back. Pat, you sure you want to keep playing? You feeling all right?
Of course I'm feeling all right. What's a fella got to do to get a game of checkers around here anyway? You just treat me as a kid gloves. Crown me. Your dad and I used to play checkers all the time when he was growing up. The thing was, though, he always played so serious about it. You thought he was playing chess. Now, checkers, that's for fun. Chess, well, that's for brain crackers.
Dad went for a walk.
Yeah, he's got something on his mind. I think it has something to do with his job. You know, that's the way it is nowadays. You work for a company for 20 years and then they lay you off. You know, your dad must remember to have faith that God is going to work everything out. And see, that's what I've done for these 80 years. That's the way I've made it. Now look, I've seen some pretty rough times. Matter of fact, I've seen some pretty bad times. I sure have seen God at His best. Don't you forget that. What was that? What kind of a move was that?
It was a regular move and I got your piece.
I don't think you can move like that playing checkers.
Of course you can, Pat. It was a regular move and I got your piece. Don't start.
Don't tell me not to start. Now look, I just had that man crowned, and you jump him and take him off the board. Now put him back.
It's in the rules.
It's the rules. We're not under rules. We're under grace. Now put him back. Put it back, Gregory. Put it back.
Now I know why Dad went for a walk.
Well, your dad probably went down to the cemetery to see your grandmother's grave.
Yeah. Mom and I did that before we went to Phelps.
Well, it's kind of pretty down there, doesn't it? Maddie put some cut flowers on the grave.
Yeah, she put some on yours too. Pat, isn't it kind of funny seeing your name on the tombstone next to Grandma's like that? I mean, well, it's kind of like it's waiting for you. Ain't that eerie reading your name there like that?
No, not really. As long as I can stand up here and read it, it don't bother me. Hey, I think it's your move.
Well, I want to move fast, but I'm afraid to make up something new.
Don't be a chicken, Gregory. Move!
Nothing wrong with that, I hope.
No, looks like it's pretty good. You know, Gregory, You gotta come to terms with it. That is. You know, when you get my age, you either come to terms with it or you go crazy. And you learn not to make any long-range plans. Now you take Maddie, for instance. You know, she won't buy green bananas anymore. Well, she's afraid she won't be around long enough. That's double jump.
You just double jumped your own 2 pieces.
Well, you take advantage of an old man, didn't you?
You just double jumped your own 2 pieces.
Huh?
You can't do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and see, this is what you have to, well, you jump your own pieces sometimes, and then you put them over here on the side, and you save them for some time later when you really need them. That's why I've always played. That's why I've always done.
You taught me how to play, and I've never heard of that.
Hey, it's an upper level rule. This is for expert players. Here I thought you were ready for upper level games. I see you're not. I guess all you want to be is an amateur.
Pat, I got a problem.
Well, what is her name? It's not a her? Then you do have a problem.
I don't think I want to go to college.
Well, what about all them co-eds?
Oh, that's no reason to go to college. There'll be time for them later.
Yeah, but it's a lot more fun than getting an education.
You're not helping me very much.
Well, what about that business degree?
Oh, Dad wants me to get a business degree. I don't.
Well, tell him about it.
I want to, but I want to do it when it won't kill me.
Have you tried doing it while he's asleep? You know, really, I'm not the best one to be talking to about this right now. You see, there's a rumor going around that I'm not of sound mind. But my mind's good as it's ever been.
I believe that.
Well, you better. Greg, am I red or black?
You're red, Pat.
Oh. You're getting kind of tired, aren't you, Greg? You want to quit now, don't you?
No, I'm winning.
Well, look at the size of that fly over there on the wall.
I don't believe I fell for that.
That was the biggest spider I ever saw. The spider ate the fly.
Never again.
Might as well, you were losing anyway.
You had 2 moves and I had you.
Gregory, lying is a sin. I'm going to tell your mother on you. Just in the nick of time.
I did not think that getting a cake would take that long. What time is it? Oh, never mind, Pat. It must be at least 3 o'clock. That's Thelma. She is a walking obituary column. That woman has detail and commentary on every funeral and everyone who has died in the last 8 or 9 months. She couldn't remember what color roses to put on this cake, but she knew down to the button what clothes everyone was buried in.
Thelma is about 2 cookies short of a dozen. I think it comes to smelling all that Wakemans vanilla.
Well, I bet she doesn't cheat at checkers.
Watch your mouth, youngin'. You lost fair and square.
Each one of us did something fair and square.
Boy, goodness. Pat, where's Frank?
Frank wanted me to sell the house, so I shot him and buried him in the face.
And I guess the cake I got way too big. Let's talk then.
We did,
And
and nothing. Frank went for a walk.
okay. You two will work everything out in the long run, Pat, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we
You know what we ought to do?
will. Yeah, well, go down the basement and dig up Frank.
After that, we ought to go up in the attic and get down some of those old boxes so we can get costumes out for tonight.
Costumes for tonight.
For the costume party, didn't Maddie tell you?
Maddie's getting senile. Well, you know, last year, she wanted to learn how to surf. And we don't even live near the ocean.
Well, Pat, you know how you like to dress up in costumes and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's so many neat things in those boxes in the attic.
By this time, the moths has eaten everything up in that attic.
Okay, have it your way. But no costumes, no presents.
Come on, Frank. Let's go to the attic.
Not my birthday.
Hey, boy. Stop being so ornery and a poor sport. Now, come on. Let's go to the attic.
How's the attic today? How's he been behaving?
Well, he didn't yell or get upset, that's all.
Did he say anything about what
Hey, you all gonna come up here with me? I'm not afraid the monsters will get me.
No, I wish your daddy could have waited for tomorrow for this. It is going to hang over us all night. I just know that it is.
Dad lost the checkers. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm the bad guy. I mean, just because I want to put my dad in a convalescent home, somehow that makes me a terrible person. Well, if doing what's best for my dad makes me the villain, then fine, I'm the villain. But don't think for a minute that this is easy. This is my dad we're talking about. I love him. I hate to do anything to hurt him. Yeah, I've just been walking and thinking and praying. Now here's my dad. He's getting old, changing constantly. Now he's slipping around. The thing I can't figure out is, where's God in all this? I mean, I was in one of those Christian bookstores the other day, and there was a whole row of biographies written by people who overcome great physical trauma to glorify God. You know, it's the latest thing. Be a victim, write a book, make a fortune. But the thing is, getting old, it's just not that dramatic. No one writes a book about getting old because he lived to tell about it. Anyway, I don't see how God could be glorified in forgetfulness, those temper tantrums, institution of three walls and bed. I mean, how? I've heard people say that even in the worst of tragedies, you can find the mind of God. Someone tell me where God is when the mind begins to fail. So here we are. I've got all this on my mind. We're supposed to be celebrating Dad's 80th birthday. Well, yeah. Okay, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna relax, and reminisce, and celebrate. And celebrate hard. Because all of a sudden, well, all of a sudden, I'm afraid this may be the last birthday we have this year.
Oh, I've forgotten about all this neat stuff. Boy, this is, hey, look at this. Hey, isn't this a classic? Clark Gable, maybe?
Slim pickings.
You ought to have that thing out on display. Look at there.
Yeah, you don't have enough junk around here. Put that out and see if someone hurts themselves on it.
The Interfaith Dart League, 1963. That year we beat the Brownsville Synagogue. Well, we showed them who knew God best.
What's this little spot remind you of?
Nothing in particular. I think he just crawled in there and died.
Oh, look at this. It's a Sunday school certificate. You got it for perfect attendance in the 4th grade.
Mrs. Thompson. She sure was a good teacher. You know, she led us to Christ that year. She really had a heart for us kids. You know, it nearly broke me. They told her she had to give up her Sunday school class.
Well, Dad, can you tell me who Judith McKenzie is? I've got 2 stars by her.
What's that?
Old address book.
Let me see that thing.
No, tell me who she is.
I don't.
He's holding out on us.
Anastasia
Deborah Bowe.
3 stars. Now, who was she?
Oh, I don't know who she was. It doesn't matter.
Now you're pleading the fifth. Let me see that thing, Dad. Maybe I can call some of these hot chicks for a date while I'm in town.
You may call some of those hot chicks, but they ain't so hot anymore. Some of them stay. They just a bunch of gals I went with before I met your grandmother.
Oh. You got 4 stars next to this one. Kathleen Pike, she must have been a beauty.
Well, she was. You know, I saw Kathleen downtown the other day. She had so many facelifts that her nose was pushed right out.
That's it.
Yeah, and you know something else? I was standing across the counter from her, and she sneezed and blew both her eyelashes off. You know, I don't know why folks make such a big thing of getting old and try to cover it up with all that paint and stuff. Well, you know Gary Markley down at the garage? He bought him a toupee last week. Looks like a coonskin cap. Some of the boys begin to call him Daniel Boone.
You got 5 stars next to this one. Martha Lyons, who is she?
She was your grandmother.
Oh, that's right. I forgot her name.
You know what I found in here, Pat? There's your marriage certificate. And I think, isn't this your wedding photo?
Let me see. Ooh, definitely a 5-star. But I don't know about this scrub standing beside her, though.
No. That was definitely the best day of my life. Hey, I'm going to the kitchen to make some coffee.
Pat, let me do that for you.
That's all right. I can handle it. Won't take long. I'll take care of it. Thank you.
Frank, maybe you shouldn't have done this. Maybe this really wasn't such a good idea.
Oh, no, I think you'll be fine.
Hey, look at this old Bible. like an original copy. Yep, signed by King James himself. With love, King Jimbo. For Walter, with love, Mother and Father, 1916.
Frank, we've been here all day. There have not been any serious problems.
He cheats at checkers.
We've always done that. Maybe it's too soon to talk about anything, Frank.
No, it isn't. Did you forget that outburst this morning?
Frank, we all have outbursts. You've had your fair share.
Yes, but, well, I don't know what I'll do. I'll be a basket case. You know, every evening I'll be waiting for Manny to call me, tell me he's out walking the street. Where he was.
I see you found my old Bible.
Yeah. I've been looking at some of the memory verses you had underlined.
Well, I didn't underline those. My mother underlined those. You know, she made me memorize those things. I didn't like that very much then. But, you know, that was one of the best things she ever did for me.
And here's number 1 with top 10. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Yeah, that's John 3:16.
Hey, not bad. How about James 1, 2 to 3? My brethren, count it all joy.
My brethren, count it all joy when divers temptations come upon you, knowing that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Not bad for a senile old man who can't take care of himself. But still has pretty good hearing.
Well, my favorite is Titus 2:2. Aged men, be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, charity, and patience.
My favorite is Ephesians 6, 1 through 3. Children, obey your parents, for it is right. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the earth.
Yes, and the rest of that is pretty good too. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger.
And let me see, how about, give me that.
What are you going to do, hit me with it?
That's enough scripture sharing for one afternoon. I don't want any bloodshed before Aunt Maggie gets here.
I just get no respect. No respect at all. I'm going to make some coffee.
You're going to make more coffee?
What, did you make some coffee?
No, you did.
I didn't make the coffee. When did I do that?
Well, you were in the kitchen just now. What'd you do?
I wasn't in the kitchen. I've been sitting here with you. You're playing with my mind. You're trying to get me all mixed up. I'm going to the kitchen to make coffee for the first time. Thank you. I sure hope everybody wants a lot of coffee.
Why? Is it rabbit season?
We did say costumes, didn't we?
Why didn't you wear one?
Oh, Maddie, I didn't think you were going to go all
brother. Oh.
Frank Colleen. Craig, this is your cousin, second or third removed.
Removed from what? Is that your costume, or are you real up to? Sort of.
Hey, the cocoa's ready. Did you say doctor? So you brought reinforcements, have you? Look, Frank, I'm not moving. I'll go stomping and kicking. The neighbors will hear. There'll be pictures in the newspaper.
Walter, calm down. This is your great nephew, Elliot.
Well, what's so great about me?
Nice to meet you.
No secret hypodermic needles? No pills hidden away?
Dad, what do I have to do? Frisky?
Hey, I don't look. I shake hands with this character, or I'll probably end up in a rubber room with a box of crayons on my lap.
This is an interesting side of the family.
Nice of you to make house.
Walter, where's your costume?
Oh, right here. Clark Gable, don't you think?
It's more like Slim Pickens to me. Well, now, folks, I'm here for a party. Let's get this thing on the road, because I want to get up and get flaky.
Let's get down and get funky on it.
What do you expect for an old rabbit?
Well, I guess I'll just go down there and get the cake.
Looks like we found some goodies.
Yeah, we brought this old trunk down from the attic. You see anything in here you recognize?
Yeah, your old age records. Thought Mark told you to get rid of.
No, I did. And when I threw it away, it just ended up in that trunk.
That was something you all should have seen. The two of them fighting over this little book. Oh man, did Martha ever hate it.
Oh, that was right after we were married. She just had a jealous streak in her.
Oh, I'll never forget her coming over to my place, just a boo-hoo in her eyes out. She said she was never going back to you. She just couldn't imagine being married to a playboy. Oh, it was just so funny. Imagine you being a playboy.
Hey, now that's not so far-fetched. You know, she should have known better. There was nobody in the world who could have captured my heart quite like she did.
He's not going to tell us that story again, is he?
No.
Ta-da!
Woo!
8 candles, one for each decade, Pat.
My wife, mathematician.
Oh, it looks so delicious. I wanted to glue it. I was just thinking about eating it. Come on, Walter, hurry up. Blow that.
Are we going to sing happy birthday?
No, we can't. It's still under copyright. Go ahead, Dad. Blow out the candles, if you can.
Hey, what's this? Congratulations on your bar mitzvah.
Thelma was out of birthday cakes. It's kosher.
Thank God. After all this time, I'm finally a man.
Make a wish.
Okay. I didn't get my wish. I'm still old.
Well, Walter, welcome to the 80s. You know, you can get a discount now when you go bowling.
So that's why I've lived so long. I guess it's... I make it this happen. I've had.
Well, you know, it takes skill to grow old, and few do it well.
Well, I guess I'm not doing too bad. Maybe not gracefully, but I think I'm doing all right.
Dad?
Pat, would you like some water?
You're not having a heart attack, are you? Maddie, I think he's having a heart attack.
He wants some water!
Pull some water, Colleen.
I know what to do. I'm in bad school. I'll call an ambulance.
He needs some air! He needs air to blow that smoke on those candles!
You're a doctor. You do something.
Actually,
Frank, he's not!
Here's the water, Pat.
Oh, thanks.
Frank!
ambulance under here. Pay for paramedic.
You brought this bag. There's something in this bag you can help me with. Come on, please look. Come on.
I'm okay.
What is this? Your bag for house calls to the Jolly Green Giant?
I'm a veterinarian, actually.
You work on that old rabbit track.
I don't do rabbits. I specialize in horses.
No remarks, young man. I think you're trying to kill me.
I'm trying to kill you. I'm trying to save your life. What if this had been a real emergency?
A real emergency. The way you all been running around here, if this had been a real emergency, I'd probably die. If I'd been here by myself, I'd probably make it.
The phone number for the ambulance was disconnected. Another place I should try.
Hey, see what I mean? You know, by this time I could have walked to the hospital. I don't need any help from the likes of you all. Hey, I'm not moving, Frank.
Maybe we should go.
No, hey, just stick around. See how a son treats his father on his birthday.
That's right. I'm the bad guy. Everybody got that? You're a doctor. Well, sort of. Tell him what you would do with an old horse. You put him out the pasture and care for him.
Well, actually, we should have been sent him to the movie factory.
That's all I want you to
See what I mean? Do you understand what I mean?
Do we have to do this now? The cake's gonna get stale tonight. Come on.
do. Maddie, please help me with this.
Hey, there's something in there. Just tell me where to forward the mail.
Well, I might as well take this in the kitchen and wrap it up.
Maddie, you are family.
If I once shouted, I'll go play bingo.
Fine. Tell him soft. He needs to get out of here and get professional care.
Okay, then